guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a series that I think I did try and start one time on the show. I don't know if that video still exists anymore, but I'm going to be doing a top 5 movies and top 5 TV shows of summer 24-25. This is basically just where I highlight what I've loved watching over the past 3 months, and I'm hoping this time that I'm actually going to stick to it and talk about my favorite movies and TV shows from the season. So I'm going to start off with the TV shows because I didn't actually watch that many TV shows the past few months. I've been in a weird slump where all I want to do is watch vlogs, mostly Disney World vlogs. If you saw my previous video that just went up, I'm slowly getting back into watching TV shows. So I will probably be doing a TV episode recap as well at some point, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I've got the momentum to film videos again. So yeah, I didn't really watch that many TV shows, so I did kind of struggle to come up with a top 5 for TV shows. Movies was a different story. I watched so many amazing movies over the last 3 months, so I can't wait to talk about those ones. But for TV shows, number 5, I do have the Great British Bake Off Series 8. That's what I mean where I talk about struggling to put TV shows that I've loved watching. I do enjoy watching the Great British Bake Off. I'm slowly making my way through this show. I'm obviously several seasons behind, but it's like my comfort show where I don't want to watch anything too heavy, and yeah, just low-key, cooking drama, baking drama, I should say. I do enjoy it. This season, we had different hosts. It wasn't, we didn't have Mary Berry in this season, and we also had the presenters were different, but I actually liked it. I thought it was going to be weird without, and now I'm blanking on the names of the presenters who did most of this the seasons. But yeah, it was a few changes, so but I didn't mind it. And now I'm even blanking on who actually won this one. I can't think of the name of who won, but yeah, it's just very fascinating to see what everyone comes up with. My favorite got knocked out in the quarterfinal or just before the quarterfinal, so yeah, it wasn't didn't quite work. 'Cause, obviously I'm years behind this, so I have no idea who's actually won each year, so this is all new for me as well. But yes, my favorite from this season didn't get into I don't think made it to the finals, but oh well. So yeah, I do have the Great British Bake Off. It's just a fun show to put on in the background and that. So I do need to get back to series 9. So then I do have What We Do in the Shadows series 6. So this is the final season. I'm going to miss this show, I'm not going to lie. I was a bit skeptical at first when they announced it initially, and because I loved the movie of the What We Do in the Shadows, and I was skeptical of the TV show, but the TV show is one of my favorite TV shows. I just love the humor, the characters. And I love the mockumentary style as well, that they kept that up through the 6 seasons. So, and I did actually like the ending. I thought that was done really well. Especially when they had Naja hypnotize, do the hypnosis and saying this is going to be the best ending you could hope for. So yes, I did actually like how they did that and how it all wrapped up. But yeah, it was sad saying goodbye to these characters. But one thing I will say that I loved about this season was they had Matt Berry do I cannot think of his name, which, considering I'm Australian, is probably scandalous that I can't think of his name right now. But it's the one where it's what's the charge? Eating a succulent Chinese meal. And I love that they brought that into the show and had Matt Berry do it, because if you listen to Matt Berry's voice, he's got an amazing voice, and yeah, that was hilarious listening to that. So we have What We Do in the Shadows. And then, because I've been living under a rock and had no idea that Eddie Redmayne was in The Day of the Jackal, I watched The Day of the Jackal and absolutely loved it. It was, I can see why it's been getting like a lot of like nominations is like this award season, because I love Eddie Redmayne, and yeah, I was like, oh, I missed that he was in this show, because I've heard people talking about it, but just not that he was in it. So I quickly corrected that, and yeah, definitely loved watching that. Then I watched Shetland Series 9, still continuing to love Shetland, even though Douglas Henschel hasn't been in it for the past couple of seasons. But I am really liking Ruth and Tosh as the two main detectives. I thought this one was also rather interesting because it was like looked more at like one of the cases, because the main story was sort of impacting more on Tosh's personal life as well, and you sort of had that balance between professional and personal, and I actually did really sort of like that look into it. So really continuing to enjoy the show and looking forward to seeing what Series 10 has to offer. And then we have one it's a brand new show to me, and I absolutely loved it. I can't believe it's taken me this long to actually sit down and watch it, but I did watch Eureka season 1, and yeah, I had a really good time watching this. And I only got to season 1 because I started it this month, so I will be looking forward to finishing the rest of the show hopefully in the next few months. So that is the TV shows that I have been loving in the summer. And then we have the moving to the movies. I actually had a hard time narrowing down the movies into a top 5 because I loved a lot of movies this past summer. So at number 5, I do have Nosferatu, the new one by Robert Eggers. This was such a whirlwind of like an experience. It was just done so well. Like, the cinematography was amazing, the acting was amazing, the story was compelling. I liked that they made enough subtle changes from the original Nosferatu. I haven't seen the one from the 1970s, so I can't really compare that one for obvious reasons. But yeah, this one was just perfect, and I think it is actually my favorite 2024 movie at the moment. I am still eventually planning to do my overall rankings of 2024 movies. Still need to make my way through that list. There's still a few 2024 films I have to catch up on, but I did watch Nosferatu at the cinema. It was fantastic, loved it. Then at number 4, I randomly have Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. I was looking for something Christmas related on Disney Plus, and I came upon a Winnie the Pooh like movie that I hadn't watched before, because I had actually watched The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh earlier last year, or later last year, and I loved that, and I just wanted more Winnie the Pooh, and this came up, and it was so adorable, and yeah, it was just, you know, random Christmassy hijinks that the Pooh and the gang get up to, and yeah, it was just really adorable. And I'm just trying to think of because like you had a story where it was Pooh lost the letters to get to Santa, and so yeah, he was trying to make everyone's Christmases perfect, but he ended up not going to plan. So that was so you sort of had sort of the dealing with that aspect of it, and then you also had I think it was Rabbit was getting fed up with everybody, and so they said, oh, we're all going to change our ways, and then it was like they weren't because you had one hilarious scene where Eeyore was like happy and everything, and then I think it was Rabbit was just like, this is too weird even for me. So but yeah, I did really enjoy this one. So, And then I finally was able to track down a copy of The Quatermass Experiment. This is from 2005. It has Jason Flemyng and David Tennant in it, so that was sort of the reasons why I wanted to watch it. This was fantastic. I've never seen the original, but I was, like, from the opening segment, I was hooked on this one. And yeah, just as the mystery began to unravel, and all this, everything that was happening since they, because it was about a failed mission to space. There was 3 astronauts, only 1 came back, and it just goes from there, and a lot of crazy things happen. And yeah, it was fantastic. I watched this last month, so that was yeah, I'm really glad I actually finally got to see this. And also randomly, there was a scene at the beginning where Jason Flemyng's character calls David Tennant's one Doctor, and apparently that was just after David Tennant had been cast as the Doctor. So I thought that was really cool. So just a random Doctor Who nod. So yes, The Quatermass Experiment, loved. Then I have Paddington 2. This is like just how random my movie watching is. I was watching the Paddington movies. I watched the first one last year, and then I watched this one before I went to see Paddington in Peru. I loved Paddington 2. I can see why so many people rave about it. It was like, it was so, like, heartwarming, and just everything that goes on, which also randomly includes, you know, prison reform. Like, you wouldn't think it would work, but it does. And Hugh Grant was incredible in this. I think probably one of my favorite performances of his. He was perfect as the villain. Randomly, I also loved that Ben Miller, who also, like, Primeval, Death in Paradise, Professor T, he also appears in this very briefly as one of the neighbours. Also, Peter Capaldi was in this one as well, so that was great. But yes, I just love this. It was just so many perfect, like, funny moments, and yeah, it just had a lot of heart, and oh, I loved it so much. So, and then we get to my favourite movie of summer 24-25, which I was not expecting to love as much as I did, and that is The Man of La Mancha. I was only aware of the song The Impossible Dream, so I had no idea what this movie was actually about. And oh boy, did I go through the roller coaster of emotions, because I was sobbing by the end of this movie, which I very rarely cry during movies. And yeah, it just, oh boy, that was just so, such a beautiful movie. Like just the way the story was told, because it's a play within a play, because it is a Broadway musical, so it was basically a play within a Broadway musical, but obviously now it's like a play within a movie, and just how the contrast between that with and then just the final scene when all the prisoners start singing, that got to me. I was doing really well up until that point, and yeah, they start singing The Impossible Dream, and I lost it at that. So yeah, so Man of La Mancha was my favourite movie of summer 24-25. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!